everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a brand new and exciting video. It is a highly requested video. A lot of you requested to see my hat collection because you guys know I am the lover of hats. I am a mad hatter, and I cannot tell you when my love for hats started, but I know it's always been in my DNA or for a really long time, because I remember, you know, my parents or my aunts, you know, they used to wear hats to go to church, you know, to like functions and stuff like that. My grandma. So I've always been a hat person in a way. So I've always, you know, loved the idea of just wearing hats. And it wasn't, I think, until I moved here that's when I started kind of like wearing hats. And as I said, I've always loved a good hat. You could probably go back on my blog or perhaps my YouTube channel, I think, where you can see me buying a bunch of them. So I do have quite a bit of hats. I hope this video is not long. I'm not much of a collector, but if I could say that I collect something, it would probably be basket bags and hats. I love hats. I just think that I need one for every occasion, and I do have quite a bit of straw ones. The reason why I have so many straw hats is because a lot of them, you know, were like experiments, or a lot of them were because I couldn't find what I was looking for at the time. So I ended up settling for whatever I bought. It was not necessarily, it would not have been my first choice. So that's why I ended up accumulated like so many of them. I think this video is going to inspire me to actually give away. I'm gonna give some to my mom to kind of like send back home and stuff like that. I would probably just like get rid of like a few of them because I probably have too many. I wear hats all year long. I do not spare a season. All season I wear hats. It really depends. So I have this one because this is probably one of the most famous one. This is a Jacquemus hat that everyone has, Le Chapeau Santon. So this is a Santon hat from Jacquemus, and it's one of the most beautiful hat that I've ever seen. I don't know, it always makes me feel so chic, so regal. I don't know, I just feel like it just gave me this look that, I don't know, like I'm a princess. Let's continue on. I'm gonna take this hat off. I thought that I would, you know, start the video, I would make the intro with my favorite, one of my favorite hats, I would say, but I absolutely love this one. I'm going to be starting with my wool hat, but since I have this one on, actually I'm just gonna leave it for later. So let's start with the wool hats, and the most famous one that you guys see me wear all the time is this one. For a good year I was buying all my hats from Lack of Color because I think they make the best quality wool hats, and you know, like the shape, everything is just like perfection. I don't remember the name for this one. I think it's called the Rancher. One thing I realized, fedora style hats fits my head a lot better than boater hats. I can wear boater hats, but for some reason, for the shape of my head, fedora style just works better for me, and I love it better on me. I think it's because it has a little bit of like chicness to it, so it's not like too dressy. So I absolutely love this one. This is perhaps my favorite hats from Lack of Color. As I said, for a long time I found all my hats from them, and I think they still make the best quality of wool hats out there for the best price. I think I paid 150 bucks for this hat, and I must say it's worth every penny. This hat gets so much love from me. I wear this hat all the time, almost every day in the fall time, in the winter time, especially when I do an all cream look and all white look, or especially if it's like windy. And of course sometimes I tend to wear the same coat all the time, so a way for me to kind of like change up my outfits is just to pop on a hat to kind of like give it a different feel. So I absolutely love a hat. Another reason why I started wearing hats is at the same time when I started wearing wigs, because I didn't know about mousse at the time, and my hair still does this thing. Actually to this day this hair does it, where it has a little bump on one side, so it wouldn't sit right for some reason. When I put a hat on, it conceals everything, and then they kind of like make it sit, you know, somehow. And I also think that I look a lot cooler when I put a hat on. I don't know, a hat is just like a piece of confidence for me. Whenever I put it on, I just feel completely different. It's like another layer has been added to myself, and I absolutely love the feeling hats give me. It's kind of like, it makes me feel like that I'm not exposed in a certain way. It's kind of like when I don't have a hat on, sometimes I just feel like all my secrets, I don't really have any secrets, but for some reason I just feel exposed a little bit when I don't have a hat on. For some reason, once I put a hat on, it just gives me that confidence, because I think what it is, I just love being mysterious. There was something, I don't know, I'm just naturally a mysterious person, and I just feel like once I have a hat on, it just kind of like take me to that level. It's just like naturally I'm mysterious, and people want to see what's underneath the hat. You know, they want to see your whole face, but they can't see everything, and I love that. I love leaving things to the imagination. I don't believe, you know, everything should be, you know, given, you know, the first time or the first few times, or for a really long time. So I kind of like to keep, you know, most part of me kind of like covered a little bit, and to be discovered. As I said, I just think like a mysterious woman or a lady, it's like one of the most, you know, interesting thing and beautiful things. So I just love when people kind of like peel off the layers, you know, little by little. So I just think like a hat just add to that, you know, mystère to me. So absolutely love this one. I know, let's get back to the hats. So this is my favorite one, fedora style. This is in the cream color or off-white. For the sizing, for lack of color, I went for a large in this one. I could have gotten for a medium, but then again, I wanted to have like, I don't like when my hats are too tight. Another thing, I used to get headaches from hats, and I made that mistake in one of, when I first started, I used to order mediums, then I just realized that it was still a little bit too tight, and I like to be able to just like take the hat off and on. The thing about a bigger hat, you can always add things. Lack of color actually sells something that I don't even know where I put it. I bought it, it's like $5, where you just put it on the hat to kind of like make it fit. So it's better to have a bigger hat than to have a small hat. And I know a lot of you think you have the biggest heads in the entire planet. You don't think you can rock a hat. And a lot of you always ask me, hey, you know, where do I get hat for big heads? I think Lack of Color have hats for big heads. This is a large on me, and I have quite a small head, I think, or I'd like to think, I don't know. And this is the large. So if your head is a little bit, so whatever size your head is, I would say go for the next size. And also you can measure the perimeter of your head. It has the measurements on the inside. This is 57 centimeters. So again, before buying Lack of Color hat, measure your head circumference. Get your measuring tape. I have so many of them. Get a measuring stick or measuring tape. Measure the circumference of your hat, see what size it is on Lack of Color, and then just go for the next size. I think for a hat, you want the extra space, because you know, your hair and stuff like that, and you do not want it to be too small, and you do not want a headache for your hats. I've gone through so many headaches with my hats, and I would like to spare you. Do not do it. So for Lack of Color, I get to kind of like you know, add that extraness to it. And my next one from Lack of Color is this brown one, because tan color is a color that I like to wear quite a lot in the winter time. Especially I wear camel coats all the time, and I wanted something a little camel-y to kind of like go with my coats, and I just thought I would go for this one. This is a border style. I would say it fits me, but for some reason I just feel like it makes my head look weird when it sits on top like this. So it looks cool, but again, fedora style hats works on my shape better. So I would say if you're not sure, a large, because my head is a medium, because I think that just, you know, fits me the best. And this is the Rancher. Again, this is my favorite one. I think they have this in pink, so I think eventually, not eventually, very soon actually, I want to get this in the pink, because I am thinking about doing a really cool look with, you know, like a beautiful pink dress or something like that, and then I just wear a hat. What size you are in hats? I would say just to get some cheap ones from Amazon and kind of like try them out and see which shape goes with you better before you start investing, because you don't want to spend a lot of money on a hat that you're not going to wear. That's the whole beauty of getting hats. It's, you know, to wear them and just accessorize your outfits with them. So make sure you are buying the right shape for your head shape. And again, like I said, I got this one because I wear a lot of camel, and then I wanted a hat that matches. So that's why I got this one. Again, I made the mistake of buying in a medium. I should have gotten large because this feels a little bit too snug on my head and I don't like it. I just feel like it just sits on top. That's the thing I feel about border hats. It just sits on top of my head, and they don't give me the best shape, and that's okay. The next one from Lack of Color when it comes to the wool section, and then I have more from them on the straw section, is this one. This is almost the same as the other one. This one I actually Deb got this hat, and that's another thing. Deb and I, we used to go shopping back in the day, and we would come, like next time we meet, we will literally wear the same exact things, and hats were one of the things. Deb and I, we're both lovers of hats, and most of the time we end up getting the same hats because we used to shop at H&M all the time. And we had a lot of same hats, and most of the time we would take photos wearing like the same stuff, because we would literally go somewhere just like randomly, just like meet there, and then not telling each other what we're wearing, we will show up wearing the same thing. That's how Deb and I are just like, we're so connected, you know. She's like my soul sister. So when we were at DC 2 years ago, she was wearing this hat, and I just know when it comes, Deb is probably one of my favorite person to travel with, if not my favorite person to travel with, because she has all the perfect accessories for like literally everything that I have, because I'm not an accessory person, because I'm quite simple, honestly. I like to wear one pair of shoes if I could every day, or that same dress. That's how I am. Like, if this was not my job, I would literally be wearing the same thing every day. Because I don't know, I find comfort in the things that I love, and I want to wear them all the time. That's just how I am. Although I do enjoy all my beautiful dresses, I love them, and stuff like that. But yes, Deb bought this hat with her to DC, and when I was shooting my outfit, and I was like, let me borrow this for my outfit, and as soon as I put it on, I was like, yeah, next thing you know, I was on the website ordering it for myself. Again, made the mistake of buying this in the medium. I should have bought this in the large. Don't make that mistake again. But this one fits a little bit better. Again, I just feel like bordered, it just sits on my head. That extra space just kind of like bothers me. That's probably because this is a medium, so it doesn't go all the way. That's probably what it is. And actually get a bigger one. But I just think border hat just give me a look, a different look. I think fedora style is more chic. That's just me personally. I just think border hat just kind of like make it look a little bit too casual, too Charlie Factory. But yes, so I absolutely love this hat. Not as much as I love the Winter. The Winter is really, really nice, but this one I do like it. I do wear this with things that are like a little bit more casual, I feel. But these days I barely reach for this one. If I'm wearing something, I always go for the Winter, because that's the favorite one and the best one, I would say. The next two hats, actually, this one is from Zara. Both Deb and I, we have that same hat from Zara. I got this hat like close to 7 years ago. I wear a size small in their hats. This is the hat that I used to wear to work all the time. This was my hat. This is in navy blue. That's because I didn't like wearing black hats much back then, because I used to wear a lot of black, and I think at the time I couldn't really find like a nice black hat that I really liked that was not floppy. That's another thing. I hate floppy hats so much. They annoy me to no end. I love things that are like sturdy, that have structure. I cannot stand a floppy hat, and I bought so many of them that I've had to return. The only floppy hat that I like, I would actually show you very soon, but stay tuned for that. But this is the hat that I used to wear to work all the time. I just think it's so funny. I wanted it in black, but I just think the navy blue just like goes really well with my skin tone, and because back in the day I used to wear so much black. But yeah, I love this one. I still love it. I cannot get rid of it until this day. This is a hat that I intend to keep for a very, very long time until I can find something that replaces it. Again, the quality used to be so much better at Zara back in the days. I just do not know what's going on with them this day. It's just like, yeah, it's not the same anymore. But this hat, as I said, is one of my absolute fave. I just think it just looks so chic on. It's so perfect. Absolutely love it. Again, I used to wear this to work all the time. Back then I was wearing a size small, and as I said, this is one of my favorite hats ever. Navy blue. It has a little bow on the side. Absolutely love it. And this one is actually from H&M. I got a size large because back then H&M were in so small, so I had to get everything in a large. And I love this one. It's kind of like a grayish blue, and then it has this kind of like brown detail, which makes it so cool because I used to wear a lot of like 10 color shoes and handbags, so this hat was just like so perfect. And of course I wore a lot of camel coats, so it was just like the perfect combination to wear. So I will alternate between the one from Zara and this one to work all the time. Again, Deb and I, we have the same hats. I would actually put a picture on the screen with both of us just wearing this hat. Another absolute fave. Again, I've had these two hats for like 7 years and I just cannot get rid of them. The next wool hat, or kind of like wool imitation that I have, this one is actually from Vichy Doll. I got this one from them last year, but I haven't been able to just get rid of this hat because I don't really have anything this color. I've been looking for something like this color, like a tan, like a camel like this, and then this one has like a black rim. And I think they have only one size, so whatever size it is, that's the size you get. It fits my head. If you have a bigger head than me, it's not going to fit you. I'm just letting you know now. But if you have the size of my head, you can get away with it. This is one that I just think it comes in handy in the fall time for me. Again, it's that camel color. It has the black rim over here. It's a cute little hat. I like it. And Vichy always have cute hats, so you can always count on them if you cannot find them anywhere. But honestly, lack of color changed the game for me. Lack of Color was a company that I have been waiting for to make wool hats like this. I wish back then they existed where I could just, or maybe they did, I didn't know about them. But again, their hats are maybe expensive to some, but they are worth every penny. The last one that I got this 2 years ago when Deb, Simi, and we were going horseback riding, and I was looking for a little equestrian hat, and I found the perfect one, of course. This is from 9 West, and this one only had one size, which is inconvenient. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but this hat is a hat that I don't think I could ever get rid of because I don't know, I just love it. It's either, it could be an equestrian style hat, or it could just be, you know, those kind of like dormant, yeah, kind of like a dormant style hat, or newspaper boy hats. And of course, it's in the perfect color ever. I absolutely love this hat. I love wearing this hat again in the fall time. And of course, if I'm wearing like a more structured outfit, you can actually wear this with a dress to kind of like add a little bit edge to it. Or I like this with like a suit. If I'm wearing like an all camel suit, I just think this hat just like looks so cool. Or, you know, if you ever want to do like an equestrian inspired photo shoot, I just think this is like the perfect hat to have. I got this from Macy's. Again, the brand is 9 West. I didn't even know they made hats. When I found this, I was like, oh my god, like something like that exists? That is crazy. And it was just perfect. This is one of my favorites. And let me get close. So now it's time to move on to the straw hats. The straw hats is where I have too many. I probably have about 10 or probably a dozen, even more. I had an exact one like this from ASOS that I got years ago, and then on the trip to Mexico, well, as I was walking, the wind took it, and that was it. Like a car went over it and it was done for. But this is actually from Lack of Color. This was my first purchase from Lack of Color ever. I wanted this hat so badly. Again, I had gotten in the medium. I wish it was a large. This is like a border style hat. At the time, I just loved this kind of hat, but now you know, like I know bigger hats is what I prefer in terms of just like hat to wear. This, I think I'm at the point where I want to kind of like maybe sell this one, not necessarily get rid of it. I want to sell it, so I want it to go to someone who actually enjoys hat and perhaps is looking for a deal. So I would be selling this one from Lack of Color. Again, this is a size medium. This is my first purchase from them. Of course, it's very sentimental, but it's because I've just like found out for me, like bigger hats fit my style better. I love when most of my face is covered rather than just a little bit of it. But this style goes really, really well with most people's head. It goes with my head too, but it's just not my preference. But here and there, I think it's good to have a hat like that. So I may end up keeping it after all. But this is the first one that I get from Lack of Color. It's actually called the border hat. And I wanted to get this with like the brown rim. But now I think I want this, but a little bit bigger. The next one is actually almost the same one. I actually got this one from ASOS for like 20 bucks or something like that. It doesn't have a size. I don't remember. It fits almost the same as a Lack of Color. Again, I wanted something with pink, something that was a little bit girly. I think I'm actually gonna wear this today because my outfit is this pink thing. So I think I'm gonna go out. I'm actually gonna walk to the Greek place and get myself a salad, and I think I'm going to wear this little hat to go with it. And I do want to get rid of this because I want it bigger, but then again, this pink little rim is just so cute. It's so perfect. I keep forgetting to show you this. It's so pretty. Again, I love a straw hat. The next one, this one is a new one that I actually got from Vichy just 2 weeks ago. I love Vichy hats because they're cute and fun, and I don't have anything like this color in the straw. So I thought this one would just be such a great option. Again, I love bigger hats. I have a version of this that is bigger. It's one of my favorite summer hats. I will show it to you. Maybe that'll be the last hat that I show you, but I absolutely love this one. It's just so perfect. It's just like easy to just throw on like on a daily basis. Again, this is from Vichy, and I really, really love this kind of like lacy detail here, which gives it a little bit more of a character and also make it a little bit more dressy. And I do think that this serves really great in my wardrobe because I don't really have anything like this. This next one, it's actually from Jennifer Moore. This is made in Italy. I actually got this at the thrift shop down under the Brooklyn Bridge. I went to the thrift shop. Oh, it's actually falling apart. Maybe I can have it restored. This is one of my favorite hats ever. If there's any hat I think that's just suit me on a smaller scale, it's this one. I just think the way it just sits on my head, I think it's because it's a lampshade. I love lampshade style hats. I just think they're just like so chic. There's something about them. I actually need to wear this hat more often, and I just love how the black rim is on the outside, not over here as most of them are. Actually just give me an idea. I could actually wear this hat and just put another rim around it to kind of like personalize it. Again, this is one of my favorite hats. I don't wear this. I used to wear this hat quite a bit when I first bought it. For like the entire summer, I wore this hat every day, but because over the last few years I've accumulated so many, I haven't really worn this much. But I am going to put this one back out, and then I will be wearing it. I'll be adding some like ribbon. I have like this Dior ribbon that I'm gonna probably add around it, or it could just be like any other color. As you can see, it's made in Italy. It's such good quality, and you know the Italian, that's craftsmanship. It's like no other, so you can't really go wrong. The next hat is this cute little one. I actually got this one in Cuba. Again, I just love buying those little things when I travel. This is not necessarily my style, but I think it's cute. I don't have anything like that in my wardrobe, and you know, it kind of reminds me of Cuba. It's kind of like, that's how I, you know, take the memory with me. So this kind of like remind me of Cuba, so I thought I would get this. I hardly wear this. This is more of a, like a remembrance, or like a souvenir, I should say. Remembrance sounds so serious and so sad, but as you can see, the lovely detail, it has this flower thing here, and it looks like something that, you know, I have seen in Haiti. I think that's what drew me to this hat so much, because it reminds me of my home country too. And it also is a souvenir from Cuba, because that was one of my favorite trip ever. So I'm so very happy. The next one, this is from Hat Attack. Hat Attack makes beautiful bag. I love their handbags, and when I saw this hat I was like, oh, I will, you know, pick this one. But this is a floppy hat, but what I really love is this beautiful ribbon around it. It's attached to it, and it's so pretty, and then you have the rest. But the only thing about this hat is floppy, but I think here and there is good to have a floppy hat. This is a hat that I would actually wear to the pool, because I don't mind the floppy then, but on a regular basis, if I'm wearing a hat out for my outfits, it cannot be floppy. But something like that, it is something that I would wear to the beach or to the pool. I think this is a perfect hat to lounge around the pool. So you want it to just kind of like be floppy and just this kind of shape. So if you're reading, you can literally just kind of like, you know, mold it and shape it the way that you want to and stuff like that. So I love this one. This is one of my favorite hats. It's just so perfect. Again, okay, next up is also another hat from Lack of Color. This I got in their sale. This is a medium. I don't know why I bought so many medium hats from them, to be quite honest. But this was a little, this is something fun that I thought, you know what, it's on sale, why not get this? It had a ribbon around it, like a yellow ribbon, and I think I lost it. It just fell. I think, you know, when I went on vacation, I think I went to Mexico with it, and it fell. Again, I like this. This is fun, something to just kind of like wear at the beach, or I think Mexico. When I think of this hat, all I think it's Mexico. I absolutely love this hat. I just think it's really cute and fun. Again, not my favorite, but I just think it's just like something to have. The thing that attracted it to me was the yellow ribbon, and it's the thing that I lost about it, but which is cool. Now I can actually put any type of ribbon that I want around it, so even better. The next hat is one that I got in Morocco. In Morocco, if you go, you will see these styles of hats. They had a bunch of them in the hotel that I stayed in, and as soon as I saw this, I was like, I need one of this hat. Like, again, it's so cool. I don't have anything like it, and I don't think there's any front or back, so you can mold it or shape it to however you want to. Again, this is kind of like remind me of kind of like a little peasant hat, which I feel like I used to wear all the time. I know a lot of people got so mad when I call people peasant. Like, I'm a peasant myself, so like I'm talking about myself too, so relax folks, it's not that serious. So this reminds me of the kind of hats that my uncles and my aunts wore in the field to just plant stuff, plant vegetables, like the same style and everything. So I really love this kind of like piqué style. I don't know how you would call it, but I absolutely love it. But yeah, this I got in Morocco. Again, something that I will always remember. Of course, I absolutely love this hat. Again, it's very unconventional, not your typical kind of like straw hats, or like now becoming a little bit more fancy. I just love how country this hat is. I love it. It's so perf. This next hat is more on the dressy side. I wanted something to recreate Pretty Woman scene, you know, with the brown polka dot dress and a brown hat, and this one the closest to it. I don't even remember where I got this hat, to be quite honest, but the brand is Peter Graham. I'm going to see if I can leave it below. I'm sure I can find the thing from my purchases. I will see if I can find it, but this is more of like a vintage hat. I would feel something people would wear from the 1950s and stuff. Again, this was to recreate a scene from that movie. I've had the opportunity to wear it. It was actually with like a polka dot dress. I have yet to recreate that scene, but this is still one of my favorite hats. As you can see, it's just so classic, so chic. I do think that I will have a good opportunity to wear this hat in the future, although it is kind of like a straw hat, but this material is more of like a dressy material. I don't know if you can tell from this, but it's absolutely beautiful. I love that sort of bow detail here. Again, it just looks something that, you know, would wear in the 1950s. And another one from Lack of Color. This is one of my favorite hats because of this, because when you wear this in the sun, this creates the most beautiful kind of like freckle like light, like shadowy light on your face, and it's so cool. As soon as I saw a picture of this hat, I was like, oh, I must get this. This I actually got in the large, which I'm very happy. This is the hat that I just took with me in Miami. This is one of my favorite hats. I can't believe I've never worn it before, really. This is the first time I've actually taken it out and actually wore it, and I'm like, wow, you need to wear this hat more often. And when I was buying this, I was debating whether to go for the dome-y kind of shape or the fedora style. I think I ended up going for the dome, and I don't know if I'm happy I did, because I don't know what it would have looked like with the fedora style. So, and I don't think it's necessary for me to have two of these hats, but I absolutely love this. I didn't realize how much I would love this hat until, you know, I just got back from Miami, until I took it and wore it there. I got so many compliments on it, and also I just love how lightweight it is, and the color, it's a very peculiar color. It's not the typical color of hat, and I absolutely love that about it, because you could, because it's kind of like a neutral, and then you can literally pair this with like any color thing that you're wearing. I just love how light it is. Oh my goodness, I love this hat so much. It's so pretty. Again, I can't believe I've never worn this hat before. This is, you know, becoming one of my favorite hats. As you can see, lack of color, size large. This is a beautiful hat that I got last year. This is one of my favorite hats. I think it's because of the Dolce Vita scarf. I discovered this Aussie brand. It's called Avenue the Label from Matches Fashion during quarantine. That's when I discovered a lot of brands, honestly. And with this scarf, it's just like one of the most beautiful thing, and I am kind of like upset with myself. I didn't buy the scarf separately because it was sold separately. So I may end up one day just kind of like removing it from this, because this hat is one of my favorite hats because of the size of the hat. But for some reason they only have one size, and they have this thing where you can actually make it snuggier, but I just find it to be a little bit too tight for my liking. So I wish like this headspace was a little bit like larger. It would have been the perfect hat, because this is my type of hat. This is the kind of size I love in a hat, like this one. Like if I had to pick a size, this is my favorite size of hat. I just think like the bigger it is, the better and the more dramatic it looks, and I absolutely love that. Again, the scarf is what makes this hat. And perhaps one day, if this hat ever goes to, you know, if it's done for, I will remove the scarf, but I hope not, because again, the shape is just so stunning. It just makes any outfit just look so cool. Yeah, I absolutely love this hat. It's definitely one of my favorite hats ever. I just cannot get over it. And another hat that I got last year also from End of the Story, I got a size large. This is another one of my favorite hat. Again, I think it's just like the lampshade style is just like one of my favorite. And I love the scarf detail. I just wish the scarf was like another color, because it's olivey green. It's just like so unnecessary. I just think for this color of this hat, like something that was a little bit more colorful, like something like this kind of yellow would have looked a lot better on this hat, because I feel like it's been so hard to find something with this color. But I don't mind it. I usually pair it with like anything white or anything like printed too. I don't really care, honestly, in terms of things like that. And I don't understand why this is on the side. I feel like it should have been on the back, because that's where the thing is. But it doesn't matter, honestly. You can style it the way you want to. This was one of my favorite hats. As you can see, like lampshade style hats just like fit my head so nicely. If it's going to be small, I feel like it needs to have this kind of like lampshade style. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, oh my goodness, I love this hat so much. Like, I always get so many compliments in all my hats. I don't know, I just feel like such a lady when I wear hats. There's something about it. It just makes me feel so good. And I don't know, like I said, it adds that layer of confidence for me. I absolutely love a good hat. Oh. Another hat that I just got actually recently from Etsy is this beautiful one. I wanted one like this. Like, again, the lampshade is like my favorite. This is kind of like the Audrey Hepburn style hat. Again, the black rim is beautiful. I do want this hat in just like a neutral thing, so I can just put like any type of ribbon I want around it. But this is what it looks like. This is one of the most beautiful hats. This is so classy. Although this is a straw hat, I just think like whatever outfit that I wear, it will just kind of like make it look so much more dressy than it is. This is one of my favorite hats. This is like I'm in business kind of hat. Again, I absolutely love this one. So I think this hat is kind of like this hat. This is the kind of hat where if you're wearing something during the day that you're going somewhere dressy, but you still love a straw hat instead of wearing like a wool hat. You know, like in the summer, you're not gonna wear a wool hat, right? So I think this is kind of like the dressier. These two hats are kind of like the dressier style hats that you can wear during the day with like a dressy outfit. So yes, I absolutely love this one. As you can see, it just instantly shake up my look. It kind of like dresses up the look instantly, and it's one of my favorite hats, and I am so obsessed with it. I just want to also buy this with like another ribbon, or just buy it plain so I can add whichever ribbon that I want for it. This one is a purchase that I regret. Honestly, I did not need this hat in my collection whatsoever. This is from Lack of Color also. I got a small, I should have known. I don't even know why I bought this hat, but I was in Montauk. When I was in Montauk last year, we stopped by at that boutique and I ended up getting this one. I think it came with another ribbon. I added this. I don't even know where I got this ribbon. I think I got it from like a PR package. And I think I have some shorts that kind of like matches. I was like, ooh, this is actually a really good idea to just tie it around this. So I really love this detail though, because I don't really have like anything like this in my collection. But this hat was totally unnecessary, especially since the hat does not even fit me. I don't even know why I bought it. Look, it just stayed on top of my head. This in a size large would have just been perfect. So I may end up selling this hat, but it's just so cool. When I see it on the model, how they styled it, it was just like the most beautiful thing. I don't even know why I didn't even look. Did I not try this hat on? I don't remember. I need to go watch my Montauk vlog now. But I don't even know why I would even buy a small, especially by then I had known that large is what fits me or what I like. I don't even know why I would even go for a small, not even for medium, or not buy it altogether if that was the last one they had. Again, totally unnecessary purchase. I should have never purchased this. I've got two hats from Pineapple Store. Pineapple Store is one of my favorite brand for hats. They are available on Amazon and their packaging is everything. Like these hats came so well packaged. This is how it comes. As you can see, you could just put one on top of each other. This is actually perfect for when you're traveling. You could actually put this in your suitcase. And a lot of you always ask me how I travel with my hat. I just wear all of them when I go. I don't put them in my suitcase. I literally just put everything on my head and I go. This is like a little fedora or the Panama style hats, and this is so cute, but again, because it's so small, I just cannot really see myself wearing this one. I just don't think it just like fits me. It makes me look so weird. Like I feel this hat, I don't know, tell me. I feel like this is a hat perhaps I could wear to like a tennis match, because you don't want people to be inconvenienced by the size of your hat. You just want something just tiny. But I just think tiny hats just do not do me justice, or it really doesn't look best on me. So it's best that I don't really wear them. So when I picked this out, you know, I wasn't sure. I wasn't convinced yet that, you know, smaller hats didn't really did not work for me. So I ended up, you know, going for it anyways. But this is probably one that I would probably sell. I've never worn it. It's brand new. It's well packed. This is a size large, by the way. But yes, if you guys are interested in buying this hat, just let me know. I will put it on Poshmark. It's so beautiful. Again, beautifully packaged. It's perfect. It says we block 97% of direct sunlight, so you can enjoy your sunshine while we protect your skin. Amazing. And then the other one that I got, this one still has the plastic on it, never worn it. It's the Amory Star Dancer. This one has a little bit more detailing on it. It is quite beautiful. And I don't even think I've ever even opened this. It's so hard to open. So this is it. As you can see, tags are still in them. Again, I will be selling these too, but this one is so beautiful though. I don't know if I want to sell this, but I'm not wearing it. As you can see, I just don't think this type of hats just fit my face shape. If this was bigger, if the brim was bigger, oh my goodness, this would have been perfect. But I think this kind of like fits other shaped heads than myself. Like if you have probably a big forehead, maybe, but I don't really have one, so my forehead is flat. Also, it depends on how you wear it. So for me, I could probably also style it like this, but this is giving me like little what's the word, I can't think of it, not hippie, maybe vibes, I don't know. This is not for me, sadly. So if you guys would enjoy this hat and you would like to purchase it, do let me know. And they all come with like inserts on them over here to make the hat smaller if it's too big for you, so do not worry about the sizing. The other hat from Pineapple Store, which is perhaps my favorite summer hat, oh my goodness, when I wear this hat, this is a big one. Obviously I love the big ones because it's the one that just like suit my head shape the most. This is the hat, guys. This hat, when I put it on, it just say that I am that rich auntie. Like I am, yeah, this is it. This is the hat that's gonna give you the look. Can you see it now? Can you see it? This hat is everything. I did not know I needed a hat like that. This hat made me look like a limina, which is like a bougie auntie or rich auntie in Creole. But oh my goodness, this hat, it just gives me all the vibes. This is the hat that just says that, you know, I spent my summer in Italy or the south of France, and I have a boat, I have a yacht, and all that good stuff. Like this is that kind of hat. Like this hat means money. Like everywhere you show up, it's just like door opens and everything. Oh my goodness, I love this hat. And what I love about this hat, you can actually dress it up. You can actually wear like a white suit in the summertime if you're wearing like a nice white linen suit, and then you can actually wear this hat with it. That's how amazing this hat is both for the beach and also for like regular clothes. You can dress it up or dress it down. And oh my goodness, I absolutely love this hat. I just cannot tell you how obsessed I am with this. This is a must-have. This is also a size large. Again, this is one of the most beautiful hats that I've ever seen. Again, the brand is Pineapple Star. Absolutely love this. One of my favorite hats. As you can see, this stuff comes so well packaged. It's just so amazing. This is one of my, again, favorite brand for hats. So this hat, I bought a dress and I wanted like a little hat to just put like on top like this to wear to create some content. But when it came, I waited like over a month for this hat, and then when it came, I absolutely hated it. Now thinking about it, I think I'm gonna give it to my niece. It has some flowers here, which is so cute. This doesn't really give me what I was looking for. I don't know, maybe I need to style it before I kind of like decide to give it away. But what I do love, it does have the little thing that you can put underneath your head to kind of like secure it. So this is the kind of hat where I just like, you just put it to the side like this. It just sits on top. This is, you know, something just for like a certain type of look or certain type of dress. This is not like an everyday kind of like hat. But I don't know if I'll give it a try, but I do want to keep it just in case, because you never know when I may want to create some content with it. This I would link it below if it's still available on Etsy. I got this one from Etsy, I think from like a seller from Russia. I don't remember where, but it took so long to get here. But I think that was during COVID, so for now I think it should be a little bit faster nowadays. But again, I'm not sure if... Let's talk about one of my famous hats ever, is this black one. This is Audrey Hepburn hat. Like I've always wanted one for the longest time, because again, I just think Audrey Hepburn just like wore the best hats, and the lampshade is just like it. I got this one from Amazon. The brand is Sun Garbage. This hat is no longer available on Amazon. I got a size... I didn't get a size. It just says 57 centimeters. So I'm gonna see if I can Google the brand separately to see if they sell their stuff somewhere else, because this one is not on Amazon anymore. Like look at this. guys. So I was looking for Audrey Hepburn hat. All I had put in there is Audrey Hepburn hat, and then this one came up. This was the most affordable one. I think it was like $50 or $60 at the time. That was the cheapest one that I can find, because all the ones on Etsy are like $300, $200, $150, and I'm like, you know what, for something that I'm just trying out, I don't even know if it's gonna, you know, fit my face shape like that. And it's not a hat that I'm gonna wear every day. This is not the type of hat you wear every day. This is a hat that just make a statement. And then I also got the little silk scarf thing. It's not real silk, on Amazon for like $7 to kind of like go over it, so I can create that Audrey effect. And I absolutely love it. It's like one of my favorite hats ever. Oh my goodness, when I have this hat, I'm telling you, the compliments just cannot. I mean, it's when I wear hats in general, but this one just add that other layer that is just like, as soon as I put it on, it's just like, I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know, I'm in character. I'm like, I feel like Audrey Hepburn, like in this hat. Like, I absolutely love it. It's just like so pretty. Ah, I cannot get over this hat. It's just like one of the most beautiful hats ever. And I'm just like so happy for how much I ended up paying for this hat. Again, it's not the most sturdy. It is in a kind of like raffia style, but in black. The one that I really want is one that is kind of like in a, like a material hat like this, but those are like so expensive, and I'm quite happy with this one, with the dupe, because I think this one is still good quality. And also a tip for storing your hat: when you're storing your hats, make sure you do it kind of like upside down like this, so it can keep its shape. If you store your hats like this, it's going to lose the shape. So all your hats should be stored like this, and then so that way it keeps the shape. If you go like this, it's not good. So that's something that I've learned in the hat world, is you have to store your hat like on the head. So now the last two hats, which were some of my most favorite ones. So if I had to pick 3 hats, actually I can't pick, do not make me do that, but these two are probably two of my favorite hats ever. So last year when the Jacquemus hat had sold out, I was looking for something similar because I wasn't sure they would bring it back. So I was on Matches Fashion, I believe, or Farfetch, and then I found this brand called MercierPure. It's a Spanish brand. I think they're like based in Barcelona or something like that. And when I saw this hat, and I was like, oh my god, this is even better than the Jacquemus one. Like, I'm like, this is actually the one I want. And I love that the ribbon is a lot thicker than the Jacquemus one, and this one also have the pull to actually make it stay underneath your chin. And the quality of this hat is like no other. Like, their hats are just like the most beautiful hats, and the brim and everything, because the thing is bigger, it just gives you kind of like that prairie vibes, as you can see here. And I love that, you know, this head shape is bigger. The Jacquemus one is a little bit smaller. So when I thought that I would never own the Jacquemus one, I didn't think they would ever bring it back, so I ended up getting this one instead. And I'm happy that I did, honestly, because I think this one kind of like fits different purposes. It depends on the look that I'm going for. Then I could wear this, and if I want something that's a little bit more kind of like trendy and more out there, I'll do the Jacquemus. I ended up getting the Jacquemus, which is this one, Le Chapeau Santon, which I got like about a month later. Then I realized they brought it back. It's still available actually, and I think I paid like $2.50 for this, and it's so worth it. I think it's such a great investment, because this hat would just give your look such a change. It would actually take your look to the next level and just give you that look at me and add that drama. I know people think that I don't wear it. I wear this on a regular basis, honestly. Sometimes if it's a really hot day in the summertime, guess what, I just walk around in this hat. But or the Jacquemus one. I mostly wear the Jacquemus one because it's a little bit lighter, and this one is a little bit heavier, because I think this one is maybe better quality, to be quite honest. The MercierPure might be better quality than the Jacquemus one, but I just think that they do different purposes. It depends on the style that I'm going for. Then I decide which one to go for. But on a daily basis, sometimes this is the one that I reach for, the Jacquemus, because I wouldn't mind losing this, but the MercierPure one, this is something that I would love to treasure for a very, very long time. So I'm not picking favorites, but yeah, I can pick a favorites because they're both different. So I don't know if you can see the difference in the raffia and stuff like that, but it's absolutely stunning. I love these hats so much. Now let me put on the Jacquemus. I feel the MercierPure one is more dressy and more formal, as the Jacquemus one it's a little bit more just kind of like casual and everyday because the little strap is skinnier. And then this one is actually in the back. You can actually wear it to the front if you want to. As the MercierPure one, the ribbon shows to the front. Again, you can switch it up if you want to. It depends on your preference, but I tend to wear them just the way they come. Again, the Jacquemus one, I wear this on a regular summer day in New York City. I don't care. Or anytime that I'm going on a boat, or like on a day trip, or to like a day event, something, this is the one that I wear, because especially if it's really, really hot sunny day and I want to block the sun a little bit to get more shade in my face, I absolutely love this one. Again, you can wear it like this if you want to on one side, which is one of my favorite way when I'm on a boat and taking pictures. You can wear it like that. I like wearing the other one like that, like on the back like this, because it stays on my head a little bit better. You can wear it like that. You can wear it on the side, and then you can wear it all the way on the front if you want to. Again, it depends on your preference. You can style these hats however you like. You see, it really, really depends on you. And these hats is just, as I said, they make any outfit. You could be wearing like the simplest white dress, and then you just put this hat on, all of a sudden you just look like you from like another world, like another era. I absolutely love this. I just think it's just like the perfect hat to, I don't know, create content and just do all that cute stuff. This one I got from In Other Stories. Again, I didn't realize this would be so floppy. This is a hat that I thought that would kind of like give me that vibe that I was looking for, with the lack of color one that gives you like the shadowy. But I wore this in Mexico, and because it's been in my suitcase and it's lost its shape, so I'm gonna put it out so it can just like get a little bit of shape. But it is quite floppy, which I don't really like about it, which is why I just ended up getting the lack of color one. And it was more expensive. I think this one was like $30 or whatever, so I ended up just like spending the money on the lack of color one because this was not giving me what I was looking for. But I still like this one because this is like a lighter material, and then it has a black ribbon, I think, which adds such a cool layer to it. I'm going to try to spray this because I think I learned from Lorna Lux you can actually spray your hat. It gives them like that stiff look. She has a Jacquemus one, so she usually packs it, and then when she gets to her destination she sprays it overnight, and then so that way it takes the shape the next day. But I wouldn't do that. I would just wear it on my head when I'm going. I just wear all my hats on my head where I'm going. But I plan on getting a hat box from MercierPure. They actually have them, but it was like over 100 something to like have it shipped to the States when I inquired about it. So I'm gonna see how much it is now. I think I'm just gonna like, you know, go ahead and just get the hat box, so that way when I'm traveling it'll just be easier to just put all my hats in one box. And then, you know, I could just have that as my carry-on when I travel. But if you guys have a recommendation for a hat box company, something that could just like take the size of my Jacquemus or the MercierPure one, I would be happy to hear about them. So okay guys, this has been my hat collection video. Obviously I did not feature my berets because I just think that they don't really matter that much. I think berets are just like easy. I absolutely love them. I think they were like, you know, necessary in your wardrobe. I think you just add that chic factor like during like the fall, winter time. But this has been all my hats. Do let me know which one is your favorite and which one that you're planning on adding to your collection. And let me know, are you a mad hatter like myself? Do you wear a lot of hats? Or do you think that, you know, you don't have the face or the head shape for hats? I just think it's a myth. I think everyone has a hat shape within, you know, there for them. It's just a matter of finding that style that just goes with you. And again, for me, I think it's just like Lampshade the lampshade and also the wide brim, and the fedora style a little bit like wider as well. So that's just what I think works really well for me, and it's taken years for me to just like find the perfect shape that I like, find the hats that I like. Now there's like so many more brands that have all the wonderful hats that I love. Eugenia Kim actually have such great hats. I want to invest in one of her hats, but they're like a little bit too expensive. But maybe one day, I don't know. I just think for a hat it's just a little bit much. I kind of have my limit for like certain things, so I think like $300 is how much I'm willing to just like go on a hat. But yeah, do let me know if you love hats as much as I do, if you collect hats as well. And yeah, thanks for watching, and let me know which hat will you be getting for the summertime. I'm so excited for the spring summertime to get back here so I can start wearing my hats. And thank you again so much for watching, guys. I will catch you in my next one. Bye bye.